Most people start their morning exactly like this. The alarm clock, the kitchen, coffee. No food, just coffee straight into an empty stomach. It seems harmless. It seems normal. But inside your body at this moment, a chain reaction is unfolding that you likely know nothing about. Today, we will break down the physiology of this moment. No opinions, no blogger advice, only what actually happens at the molecular level to your brain, hormones, gut, and heart in the first minutes and hours after that first sip. The first 30 seconds. Caffeine enters the bloodstream. You haven't even finished the cup, but caffeine is already being absorbed through the oral mucosa and the walls of your empty stomach. On an empty stomach, the absorption rate skyrockets. Normally, food creates a barrier, slowing the movement of caffeine into the bloodstream. Without food, this barrier doesn't exist. The peak concentration of caffeine in the blood occurs not in an hour as usual, but in 15 to 20 minutes. This sounds like a plus. Fast acting means it works better, right? But this is precisely where the problem begins. Minutes 1 to 5, caffeine meets adenosine and wins. For now, caffeine works through deception. Your brain has receptors designed for a molecule called adenosine. Adenosine is a chemical signal for fatigue. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates, and the more you want to sleep. Caffeine is almost identical in shape to adenosine. It occupies the same receptors and blocks them. Adenosine can no longer dock. The fatigue signal goes silent. But here is what most people don't realize. The adenosine doesn't go anywhere. It continues to accumulate. The receptors are simply busy. As soon as the caffeine leaves, the adenosine will rush to the vacated spots. All at once. This is what's called a caffeine crash. And on an empty stomach, it hits faster and harder because caffeine is cleared from the system more quickly without food. Minutes 5 to 15. Cortisol plus caffeine. A double blow. This is the most critical part. In the morning, immediately after waking up, your body is already in a state of maximum cortisol release. This is called the cortisol awakening response. Morning cortisol provides energy, raises blood pressure, and jump-starts metabolism. The peak of this release occurs within the first 30 to 45 minutes after waking. Now, you add caffeine. Caffeine itself stimulates cortisol production. You aren't adding energy. You're adding cortisol on top of cortisol. Two hormonal peaks merge into one. What does this mean in practice? Firstly, caffeine at this moment barely works as a stimulant. You are already at your peak. You simply don't feel the effect because your body is already revved up. But cortisol continues to rise, and chronically high cortisol leads to inflammation, belly fat accumulation, anxiety, and disrupted sleep. Studies show that people who drink coffee immediately after waking up develop a tolerance to caffeine significantly faster. The body learns to compensate. After a few months, you don't need 1 cup. You need 3 just to feel normal. Minutes 15 to 30. Gastric acid without a purpose. Simultaneously, something else is happening. Coffee is a powerful stimulant of gastric secretion. It triggers the production of hydrochloric acid. Your stomach prepares to digest food, but there is no food. The acid is there. The food is not. It simply acts on the empty walls of the stomach. For people with a healthy stomach, this often goes unnoticed, but with regular repetition, it gradually erodes the mucous membrane. This is why people who drink coffee on an empty stomach for years are more likely to develop irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, gastritis, and high acidity. Not because coffee is bad, but because the stomach is not the place for acid without a substrate. Minutes 30 to 60. Blood sugar without food. Cortisol is not just a stress hormone. It also regulates blood glucose levels. When cortisol rises, it signals the liver, release sugar into the blood. This is an energy mobilization mechanism. You haven't eaten anything, but your blood sugar is rising. The pancreas reacts by releasing insulin. Insulin lowers the sugar, but since you haven't eaten, there is no real source of glucose. Your levels drop below normal. You feel irritable, brain fogged, and slightly dizzy. Your brain sends a signal, "I need food urgently." This is the morning sugar craving that many feel after drinking coffee on an empty stomach. It's not a lack of willpower, it's biochemistry. Hour 1 to 2. What happens to anxiety? Caffeine blocks adenosine. We already know that. No, it does something else too. It triggers the release of adrenaline. Your body interprets the sharp rise of caffeine in the blood as a threat signal. The fight or flight response is activated. On a full stomach, food slows this process down. Without food, the hit is direct and sharp. For people with a genetically slow caffeine metabolism, this is especially noticeable. There are two variants of the CYP1A2 gene responsible for breaking down caffeine. Fast metabolizers handle it easily. Slow metabolizers accumulate caffeine in their blood for hours. For them, coffee on an empty stomach isn't just alertness. It's a racing heart, high blood pressure, and background anxiety that doesn't fade until lunch. So what should you do? Don't give up coffee. Just shift the timing. Research by neuroendocrinologist Andrew Huberman and several other studies show that the optimal time for the first cup is 90 to 120 minutes after waking. By this point, the cortisol peak has passed. Caffeine enters a window where it actually enhances your natural energy rather than just stacking on top of an already overstimulated system. If you drink coffee with food or after a small snack, the gastric acid has a substrate to work on. Caffeine absorption slows down. The peak becomes smoother. The caffeine crash arrives later and is much milder. This doesn't mean morning coffee on an empty stomach is killing you. If you do it once a week, your body will cope. But if this has been your daily ritual for years, you are methodically training your hormonal system to operate in a state of chronic stress. And one day, you won't need coffee to wake up. You'll need coffee just to be yourself. Your body isn't against coffee. It's against you ignoring how it's built. Now you know the mechanics. What you do with it is your choice.